Has it been a challenge to find out where you fit in this offense? How has that journey been for you?
I don't think it's no. I think I can do multiple things, and that's ultimately who I want to be as a player. Contributing in the pass game and contributing in the run game. Obviously, our tight end room is very multifaceted, and once we get to the season, we'll see how it shakes out and the specializations for each of us. But no, I like the direction it's heading in.
You've been obviously you're new working with these quarterbacks, but you've been in this offense before. So how much does that help sort of figuring out that timing element?
Oh, it's huge. Like when I got traded here, we start going through the installs and OTAs, and it's like, all right, I've done this entire thing already for 3 straight years, even the year last year when Sean was gone and retired for the year. So it's a huge advantage, and it's good for our room because, and you can tell, we got some New Orleans guys sprinkled throughout the roster, and I think it's a huge advantage mentally because you can give the, coaches coach their, how to do things, and then it's like, hey, I've done this, and it's like you can give tips, real live game action of how it looks.
We can see the urgency in this offense. Could you kind of explain how tempo works? Because the other way you guys, from everything of how you get out of the huddle to how things are done, is that just that's the kind of a trademark of Sean?
Yeah, it's a mindset too, especially during training camp. Just like obviously we're trying to get plays in, but it puts pressure on the defense, and that's ultimately what you do with tempo.
Within that familiar scheme, to an extent, what differentiates Russ, or what kind of stands out about playing with him?
Yeah, I think a huge part of it is athleticism and all the different things we can do from a movement standpoint with him. But he's been excellent, and he's only gotten better every single day. More comfortable with the offense, and whatever the case may be, more control. And I think everyone's starting to see it out here too. I think we've been seeing it since the start of training camp, but it's gotten even better every single day.
A lot of times when people think about Sean, they think about Drew Brees throwing for 5,000 yards and all that. But in your time in New Orleans, you guys ran the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain his mindset in terms of running the ball and what an effective running game does for an offense?
Yeah, it makes you have to defend. It makes you have to load the box. If you want to put 6 in the box and we're in 12 personnel, like, good luck. We're going to run the ball. And that's the thing, because that is all people think about, right? Like, Drew threw for 5,000 yards, I think 5 times, which is absolutely insane. But it's like he's always built the teams up front. So we've always had great offensive lines, tight ends who can block, receivers who are willing to stick their heads in there, dig out safeties and stuff. So, it's a huge emphasis, and obviously that's part of our identity.
Adam, how do you think guys are responding to Sean's coaching style on a day-to-day basis and being a training camp?
I think guys love it. Obviously, I have no experience here from last year, so I'm not going to talk about that at all. I have no idea. But it's very, we talk about situations all the time and in-game stuff that can happen. He wants everyone to be thinking the same thing at all times so that nothing's a shock when he decides to do something or we're in a certain situation. And Sean's biggest thing is, you leave no stone unturned. Like, we'll go into every single game plan, and there is nothing we haven't seen and nothing we're unprepared for.
What do you want to see the offense do in the second week, which may be the longest period of snaps for the starters?
Talking about this preseason game.
Preseason game.
I don't know. It's going to be a new scheme. San Fran's defense is a different scheme than our defense that we've been practicing against, and Arizona's. So just to see how that kind of translates, and is our communication good? Are we pointing things out correctly? All that type of stuff. And just get in the end zone maybe a little earlier, or, move the ball a little more effectively earlier. But that's all you can really wish for in this.
Yeah, you're a veteran, but do points matter in the preseason? The game, the scores no one remembers, but do those matter for you guys as you're trying to build confidence for September 10th?
Yeah, honestly, no one cares about it, but we do. In the building, we care about it. Sean cares about it. It's a mindset, to go out there, and even though technically whatever people want to say it doesn't matter, well, it does matter, because it's like putting your mind to it and always wanting to win, and that's a culture thing, and that's how Sean was for 16 years in New Orleans, and that's how we're going to be here.
You mentioned your great
more?
tight end room. What do you think you've taken from the other guys, and what do you think you've taught them?
Yeah, I think a lot of the blocking stuff, but we have one of the best blockers in the entire league, if not the best, Chris Manhertz. So it's more so just like, hey, this is how they like to teach. We like to teach it here or whatever, and then it's like, you know how to do it, go do it. He's unbelievable at that. So, and then obviously Greg, Albert, super athletic guys. Certain things they can do in the pass game that maybe some of us can't or just aren't as good at. Not that we can't do it, but they're just a little more vertically blessed, really, honestly. Like they can run. So, and then even Nate and Tommy, great blockers. Tommy's been around for the league for about, I think this is his 4th year now. So, no, there's just a lot of, it's multifaceted, and that's all you can ask in tight end room.
With Greg, where can he go from here? Obviously, it's just his 2nd year in the NFL, but when you have that kind of skill set, I would imagine you think he's got a high ceiling.
Yeah, and he's picked up the offense really well. Obviously, like I just said, he's very talented athletically, and he works his tail off, and it's just about continuing to get it. Tight end is one of those positions that takes a while to acclimate to in the NFL, especially depending on where you played. Like I played at Dayton, so it takes a second, right? So, no, he's picked it up really well, and like you said, he's gonna have a great year, and he's a hell of a player, and he's just gonna keep ascending.
Anything else?
Okay.